I'm Steve Chapman, responsible for China and Russia within Cummins. We've been a member of US CBC for many years, and our chairman is currently on your board as well. So it's good to have a chance to talk to everybody. I think some of the key focus on innovation, I think probably one of the first questions people might ask is, Cummins, diesel engines, do you really innovate? We're just celebrating our 100th anniversary this year, and in fact we do have significant amount of innovation, primarily driven at this point by emission standard or environmental standards, and then eventually by fuel efficiency, both of which are critical needs for the world, and we're very proud to work on that. In the case of innovation, what we've found in a lot of our China work is that we're highly innovative to try to meet the emission standards, not just try, but meet the standards and then exceed customer expectations. What we find from our counterparts in the industry, particularly the Chinese competition, is that they make an effort to meet the standards in the test cell, but it often does not actually meet the standards when it comes to being used in the field. We think the main issue there is enforcement of standards. You can promulgate a standard, you can implement a standard, but you still have to enforce it. And if you fail to enforce it, people will look for quick and dirty solutions that in fact don't meet the requirements needed for clean environment. So that is definitely one of the key areas that we have an issue with related to Chinese driving innovation. Like in this case, innovation is focused primarily on getting around the standards rather than truly meeting them. And I think it gets to a broader question. With the Chinese government, what are they doing to better enable their companies to innovate? They talk about Made in China 2025, they talk about indigenous innovation, all are kind of laudable objectives. But when they look at where are subsidies provided, they're often provided for failing state-owned enterprises or focused on specific technologies that may or may not be commercially viable. Their regulatory environment, if they fail to enforce the environment, companies are not truly competitive. And if they're not truly competitive, they will absolutely not be a globally innovative firm that can operate outside of China. So there's a lot of things that China could do both in terms of collaboration as well as competitiveness to better enable their firms to be more innovative and a full participant in the global economy.